Season 1, Episode 9 of Dark Gathering. What am I getting myself into? Cause, y'all, a god has descended upon this series. Camille, is betrothed to divinity. In 4 years, when she turns 20, he'll come to claim her as his property. He intends to protect her as much as possible. He'll shoo away any pests, any trash, any dangers from his property. But what happens if we try to break the pact between a god and a mortal, a human? How will this god take it? Because it fought every single spirit in Yayoi's room, her collection, and won. While it didn't mention that it ate them, it at least was powerful enough to take on over 50, 100, or even 150 spirits. Normally, it's a numbers game. Normally, one versus many, the one will lose. But it goes to show just how powerful this spirit, this god, truly is. I will be entirely honest. I was not ready. I am still speechless. I am shaking. I have yet to calm down because it left an impact. The entire episode, up until the reveal, I felt something was wrong. It was too easy. It was unnerving. I had the same level of tension and dread and anxiety as episode 1. So last time is my favorite episode by a mile when it comes to the ghost, the situation we've been wrapped up in. Because, if anything, it felt like a turning point for the show. It feels like we encountered the true final boss, not the Spectre of Death, which feels more like a mid-boss, a means to an end. It still has final boss potential, but this god, beyond just a jump scare level of fear, it is intimidating beyond belief. And I want to see what happens next, because with the brother passed on, no one is there to protect, other than obviously Kataro, Yayo, and Eiko, Camille, from the spirits that are converging upon her as they seek the divine energy leaking from her eyes, the seal, the brand on her family. That entire scene, chef's kiss. But we're not here to talk much more about last time, about episode 8. No, it's time to continue into episode 9 and onwards. Is this a turning point? Because we're having nasty, real, bad to even horrifically powerful spirits show up. We ended off on a cliffhanger, and I said, fuck it, I want more. So, if you want the unedited version of this reaction, it'll be over on my Patreon, link down below amidst my social media platforms. Follow me on them, help me grow my community. Every bit of support truly does make a difference. Please, please, please share this video. Make sure to engage with it so YouTube knows to boost it and recommend it to other viewers so other Dark Gathering fans might come across this in the future, because I am watching this well after it aired. It's not 2023, it's not summer 2023, it is 2025 at the time of this recording, so it won't do the best engagement-wise. It will not get recommended. It doesn't have the traffic that it did while it was airing. So if you care about my journey through Dark Gathering, if you're excited for Season 2, and if you want to support my channel, my content, my reactions, and even just me, please share, engage, and even tell anyone else who might like Dark Gathering. Plus, you know, the standard fare of like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell to be notified when I upload next. Enough rambling, because I am just eager to get into this episode. Shall we hop into it? In 3, 2, 1. Yep. So we're already having some nasty ones, some bad ones show up. Okay. Just making sure I had the right... I do need to spend a little bit more time with Ai to fully endear her to me, but for a first introductory episode, I do like her, her circumstances, and what she can bring to the table, especially the involvement with the god. But what spirit is this? The bigger baddies are swarming her. They're coming for the divine energy and not Kataro, which is significant because it supersedes his attraction. Oh. Yeah, don't react. Are they going to stay calm? Are they going to assess the situation? Or are they going to immediately attack once they're in the room? Can they feel how much of a threat Yayoi is? Hell, do they recognize her and still want the divine energy now that she's lost her brother, the Protector, as he ascended to heaven? Will they be like, it's worth the risk if we can just get to her and the energy? I don't know, but I'm excited. Alright, let's see how many and how powerful the bigger bads will show up this episode. Because they got a ripe target. How bad was this one? Oh no, it's watching you on the toilet with that fucking smile! Yeah, don't panic. Don't give it any leeway. You got this. He is going through it. He's in the trenches of war. He's on the front lines while they're just talking about sweets. Oh my god. What does it do? Is it grooming him? Or is it trying to get into his brain? It's going That is a sensation. If he could fully describe it, I don't think anyone would believe you. It'd be like someone's touching the back of my eyeball. It's not a sensation you would be normally able to understand or process because it should not fucking happen. You should not have a sense of touch when it comes to that. That is admittedly a little traumatizing. Yeah. Come on. You got this. What kind of spirit is it? Like, why is it messing with his brain? Like, is it more sadistic or attempting to feed or attempting to possess, perhaps? Yeah, they all pick up on it. It tried to tear out. Oh my god. Yeah. We're running away from it, too. Yeah. Yeah, nice job picking it up! Look, I may be a squeamish coward who does not watch horror movies, who does not actively seek out horror. I can recognize a bad decision. Obviously, it is their only decision. They don't really want to have to climb down a power pole like Yayoi did, having to get up to the apartment. But horror, elevator. Ghost, elevator. 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 Elevator! As long as the cable doesn't snap. I do have a small fear of that regard. I can ride elevators just fine, but the whole prospect of it snapping and then plummeting to your death, and if you don't die from the impact, then you lay bleeding out. Oh my god. And with that thing possibly chasing them or more big baddies showing up, oh my god, I don't know if I can take this. Oh, even they see it. Oh, God. Appropriate reaction. Hello. Fancy meeting you here, sir. Oh, cool. He's just gonna walk around the corner or something, right? He's not seemingly a bound spirit since he can wander to a degree. This must be freaking out Ai just because this is her second official ghost she has seen, and that is not a fun one. Dude, if you think it's too easy, it is. It's going for the brainstem. The brand actually protects her. So if it can't go after her, it'll go after him. She is a prime target. He's a great target. Like, a nice runner-up. A good victory prize. Oh my god, dragging into the elevator. Not for nothing, she was the first one to grab him. Not fucking Eiko or Yayoi. Granted, Yayoi's better off attacking than just protecting like that. He's letting go so they don't get dragged in with him. Oh my god. She's not gonna let you die alone. She's got your back. Welcome to the dark side, as she said. Oh. How's that promise to stay by each other's side, Eiko? How's, the whole, you know, not actually wanting him to get hurt, but you like the thrill of him trying to protect you? How's that feel? I may be sounding a little harsh, but help me. Dude. My fucking heart. Why am I doing this to myself? I gotta calm down. Oh, is it grandfather? That's why she's leaving alone, so no one else gets targeted. Okay. I wonder if it's a once-in-a-generation, that falls in love with a god, essentially, or the god falls in love with and then claims. It was her brother's place, and then she inherited it when he died. Okay. She was kicked out of her family, though. The show would end, and we still have 16 more episodes. So he's definitely not dead. Traumatized, probably, but this is her first horrifying supernatural situation like this. Trust me, it's only gonna get worse from here. He may be okay. I don't know if I'm gonna be okay. If it was that easy, you wouldn't be trapped. Do they have a basement after all? Are we going to a spirit realm? A separate dimension? His realm? Are we gonna have like a death game like Saw style? Oh, fuck that! Oh, hell no! Are we already halfway? Is it capable of talking? Yeah, it feels like it wants to play a game. Those are brains and brain stems. So he just has four different victims. Do they represent 4 lives? No. Victims. Yeah, it's definitely a sadistic ghost. It makes them do their bidding to be free of the pain. Subordination. Oh god, that is traumatizing. The fact he can see her memories, though. Yeah. It's gonna be strong one day. Yeah, it at least keeps him at bay. She's going out. You're the one at once. She is a threat, so the threat coming to him may make him flee here. It's gonna get greedy. It does not know who the fuck you are! You're Yayoi Hazuki, the Grim fucking Reaper. It wrapped that around it. Oh my god. And it made like a star, right? No, it just dragged. Pride comes before the fall, after all. Yeah, I mean, it's made from ghost parts. Obviously, it can touch ghosts. You give him an old good yank with your super strength. Oh. Oh my god. That is one hell of a visual. Now she's whipping him. Fear! Oh my god, the fucking fear in that little shit's eyes. Yeah, they're gonna injure it, but try to still capture it, because it could be very useful. But they also need to weaken it and not kill it so they can actually go up. Oh my god. Are you gonna have them protect? Are you gonna station them as guards? I mean, yeah, they're victims. Hi! Bye! corpses, right? Before that switched to straw. I guess dead crow. So I'm not far off. The brainstem. Oh! And it creates an eternal suffering for this ghost. He's in perpetual hell. Perpetual suffering. Oh my god. And if she doesn't know, all the better. If she never sees it happen, then she stays of sound mind. Stay tortured, unable to escape, scaring away other spirits forever. Yeah, they're gonna see it and get the fuck out of Dodge. Hopefully you remember or are still alive by then. Yeah, you're gonna have to do a couple more to close all potential loopholes. Well, I'm already endeared. I like her. Fuck. I'm tearing up. And they're wanting to be dragged into it. You're their friend. And Tudori. And Kohai. Oh. Ah, fuck, I'm crying. Yeah, reminds you of you, doesn't it? And your senpai won't leave you alone. Oh, nope, just telling her. No matter what misfortune you might attract, I promise. We promise to take care of it. You called me little senpai. I'm crying. God damn it. Instrumental music is my weakness. One of many. God. I didn't think I'd be crying much from this show. I got friends who will stick with me. We definitely need to elaborate more upon that. Yeah, to save you from that fate, strangling and killing you was a kinder fate than whatever waits after your death. Your fate is worse than death. Your fate to be married to the god is worse than a premature death at 16 years old. Even if it would traumatize you because it was your brother doing it. I'm afraid she's gonna be strung up like that other spirit / potentially former wife of that god. Yeah. And I don't think that god will let her escape at all or even just easily. But maybe you could strike a deal with the god. Oh no, are we? Oh, yeah. Yeah, here's the war zone. But it left the door open too. Did any stragglers and survivors escape? Are we gonna have a prison break? Just have to get even with it. It's still listening! Is it gonna possess her to talk? Oh. Weaklings and numbers are just that, weaklings. This isn't even my true form, huh? Are you the specter of death? It's just killing for a sport now. That is a declaration of war. My graduates are elsewhere. I don't need them to take you on. So if these are preschoolers in terms of power level, she knows of ones that are on a graduate level. 500 years old. Mary at 20. Oh my god, Lolicon God. I will take you instead. In that situation. Yeah, they're pissed. You got your undead army riled up. They're gonna be on the same fucking page. Throne suitable to your divinity, which... Well, wouldn't you believe it? I'm actually tearing up a little bit from hype. From anticipation. Oh my god. In all meanings, I guess. Oh my god. And there is no after credit scene, as per standard. So we will check out the manga, see what was adapted, how many chapters, make some comparisons, the usual. So let's hop into volume 3. So last time was chapter 9 and a portion of chapter 10 of God's Bride. So I'm going to assume the rest of chapter 10 and then chapter 11, Blasphemy, which then I think concludes volume 3. Okay, yeah. So there's a brainstem ghost. Follows him in. Oh my. That is such a cool frame. Seriously. That is really detailed. I am genuinely surprised about that. And again, an indescribable feeling. Following the elevator arm. And going down to the basement. Oh, that is a very foreboding scene. I really like how that was actually handled and even drawn. Oh my god, so yep, that concludes chapter 10 when the door opens and we see him in there. The outtake for, or even the deleted scene, the recut corner, is Kitaro on the toilet and it's just, I think my anus is bleeding. Yeah, I kind of see why that didn't make the final cut. So then we enter chapter 11. Wow, look at that. Look at that. That is fucking crazy. Oh. They actually made it more traumatizing in the anime for her brainstem getting ripped out and her torment, her agony, her memories. Okay, okay. Wow. Yep. And then catching him, dragging him back, the eternal torment. Oh, look at that scene. That is so fucking cool. And, terrifying in its own right. Oh, I cannot wait to see the declaration of war. But there's a crying and smiling eye. Okay, yeah, that's even done better in the anime with the floating face as it was. I'm not gonna lose to some groomer god. God damn, Yaoi. Okay. So, and then there's those final scenes, the declaration of war. Oh my god. That is really cool. And then with the recut corner, so it's from the perspective of the ghost victims. I figured a little girl would be a safe target, but I really screwed the pooch on this one. Blah 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 blah, yada yada yada, etc. etc. It says Yayoi, and then one of the other ghosts says, "Luckily, I don't have to take her on. I can go after the wussy guy instead." Oh my god. Oh my god, there's even a bonus round for recut. Kataro, did he try something? He went for my prostate. Huh? I'm gonna shit my pants. It's too late. I'm not gonna make it. There's no turning back now. Okay. Those are some really funny ass recut corners. And with that, that actually concludes volume 3. So, 9 episodes in, and we've actually adapted 11 chapters. That is crazy. So, I will mark that. Starting with episode 10, we'll have volume 4. So, probably by this rate, might be about 33, maybe less than 30, maybe 30 chapters when we complete season 1, which might be 9 volumes in total, maybe 8. Yeah, I could see maybe 7 or 8. I could see even 9 as a high end. I need a moment to compose myself, okay? Okay. So, what did I think of episode 9 of Dark Gathering? How does it compare to last time, or even all of the previous episodes? Am I still enjoying myself? Well, if I thought the end from episode 8 was hell, was rude as a cliffhanger, because I immediately wanted to hop into the following episode, even despite my hesitation, even despite my fear, my anxiety, my dread, times that by 5, or even by 10, because, yeah, how could it end there? Seriously, the declaration of war against the god, to free Ai Camille from her fate, to devour and or capture him and make him a subordinate, to make him serve Yayoi and Kotaro, to drag him down from his throne and make him suffer, to get revenge, to not let this groomer god have his way with a 20-year-old girl while he is 500 years old, which, as Yayoi put it, is a very troublesome, a troublesome age gap. I love that she shit-talked a god to his face, and he retaliated by exploding so many of her plushies. The fact her entire army is now on the same page, her preschoolers, her collection at this house right now, the weaklings she has, as the god put it, are on the same page. They all want revenge against this god, because he tormented them, he injured them, he hurt them, he even killed a few, no doubt. He devoured them, very likely. But why does this show keep getting better and better and better? I don't know if I was entirely serious when I said last time felt like a turning point for the show, but if anything, this entire episode solidifies it. It cements it. It truly adds weight to that statement. The introduction of Ai Camille and this god, this 500-year-old incredibly powerful spirit who will claim her in 4 years as his bride, is undoubtedly the turning point of Dark Gathering. I'm sure we will have more turning points in the future, but it feels like the series has kicked it up a notch. It's shifted gears. The tone was already dark, it was heavy, it was a bit lighthearted here and there, but now the stakes are raising, and I am not ready. This was by far the scariest episode. I am actually a bit more shook, a bit more traumatized than episode 1 and even episode 8. The brainstem ghost was unbelievably horrifying. It actually triggered me a little bit, but in a good way. It's not unwatchable. It was just traumatizing. It was anxiety-inducing. It was genuinely scary. It is not a ghost I would ever want to encounter. It is a very, very, very messed up ghost. The elevator scene, the basement scene, the massaging and attempting to rip out Kataro's brainstem. If we didn't already have the declaration of war, I would say both massaging his brainstem and then his genuine fear as he was being dragged towards that evil spirit in the elevator. I mean, the entire basement scene was incredible, just from a scary horror standpoint. I will have nightmares. Like, we've had a lot of creepy, disturbing ghosts in recent episodes. But outside of the god, I am afraid. I am actually scared. My heart has not calmed down. I'm shaking a little. And as per my reactions, seeing the brainstem being ripped out from that victim, that girl that was pushed by the other spirits who were made to be his subordinates, his attendants per se, to do his bidding because he was tormenting him and not letting him, pass on, ascend. He was both devouring them a little bit, but keeping them around to do his bidding. I am yapping and I'm not apologizing. This episode did things to me, man. And why do I want to watch another episode? Why am I so hyped? I was actually tearing up both from emotions when it comes to I and hype, anticipation, because we had a declaration of war, both from Kotaro and from Yayoi against the god. And the god fucking, returned it, accepted their challenge with a smile, and even added a new stake to it. He'll claim Yayoi. I genuinely think the god is honestly the best addition to Dark Gathering to date. And I cannot wait to see how he will top the god. This is not even his true form. Is he the Spectre of Death? Does the Spectre of Death work for him? a 500-year-old god just toying with him, playing with him, amused by their declaration of war, yet still irritated because they've shown it disrespect, and still willing to accept the challenge to give them the attempt instead of twisting their arm and making them do their bidding. No, it seeks a bit of amusement from this situation. At least that's what it feels like, but it is also very, very confident, as befitting a deity, as befitting a god. But this series and this episode already has shown pride comes before the fall. If you underestimate your opponent, it can come back to bite you in the ass. It can even lead to your downfall. And no doubt, because it's not going to take them as serious as it should and crush them, it will lead to its ultimate demise, its downfall. I don't know if that will happen by the end of this season, if it'll carry over into season 2. How persistent, or I guess consistent, will the god be in Dark Gathering? Don't answer that, because right now I would consider that a spoiler. You know how I said I wasn't entirely sold on Ai, like I liked her, but I wasn't fully endeared, and then not even, half an episode or I guess a full episode later, I'm like, well, I'm already endeared. Yeah, protect Ai. Protect this sweet child. She's traumatized, and oh my god, I already love her. And I do want to spend more time with her. Not from a I need more time with her to understand her character or feel her out, but because I genuinely just want to have her on screen, interacting with our characters, healing her wounds, enjoying her friendship, the bonds that will last with the people who are willing to protect her through thick and thin. Not like her family who cast her aside because she brings misfortune to others. Granted, it's very hard to account for the supernatural and the influence of a god, a fucking deity who has set his sights on Ai, which I am still very curious if it is a once in a generation or every few generations with his family, because she said it is something that happens with her family. Was it her mother? I don't know, but I don't think it was just Ai who has been taken by this god when it comes to the Camillo family. Seriously, why does this show actually just keep getting better? Never a dull moment, never a boring moment. It doesn't feel like it's dragged. It doesn't feel like I've wasted my time. It doesn't feel like it's dropped in quality for me or entertainment. If anything, it has just been on a perpetual rise. I do think it is in part because of the characters, the way they're written, as well as the situations we found ourselves in, and, the introduction of a god and Ai Camillo, the connection between them, the declaration of war, a primary antagonist has been introduced. An overarching plot is upon us. It is less episodic. I'm sure we will still have some episodic adventures here and there that will matter in the grand scheme, but right now, everything is changing. It feels like the story is truly beginning with this episode, and I am not ready. If this is how afraid I am right now, like, it caught its stride back from episode 1 for me, because, yes, I could predict, yes, I could endure to a degree. If I am this afraid right now, this anxious, this nervous, this traumatized, please help me. Pray for me. You may think I am over exaggerating, but I wish I was. I am a squeamish coward who does not deal well with horror, and I will have nightmares. This episode was a mixed bag in a good way because we had such emotion, such heart, but also the creep, the scare factor was off the charts. And even the hype with the god, I think 6, 8, and 9 are my favorites. Just, they're in leagues above all of the previous episodes. And the previous episodes are good, do not get me wrong. But it feels next fucking level. I also, appreciate having I as the normal filter, the normal person alongside Kitaro for these situations. It is her second ghost encounter, and what a ghost to encounter. What a situation to be involved with. She was spared the elevator trauma, but what role will she play in the team as well? I pray for her sanity. I pray for her mental well being. I pray that she has sweet dreams. Her fate is worse than death, and that is why her brother was willing to kill her. I cannot wait to meet the graduates that Yayoi is talking about, because if her collection is weaklings or, nothing like what she has elsewhere, are we going to collect them? Have they already been captured? Is she storing them elsewhere so they don't overpower the other spirits in her room? But the fact she calls them graduates compared to the preschoolers that make up her collection gets me extremely excited, yet unbelievably nervous. I am not ready, but I am beyond excited. I don't think I have anything else I can talk about when it comes to this episode specifically. I may hop into episode 10 as soon as possible. But I need to calm down. I need to compose myself. That was traumatizing. But I also want to rewatch the Declaration of War. I like that even Kitaro got in on the declaring war. He stood his ground to a degree, despite his fear. And, I love, as I have harped on all throughout my journey in Dark Gathering, the character writing, the evolution of Kitaro, the consistency of his character, and the fact we just don't wipe away his fear. He does play a bit of a logical standpoint in this, and I am so proud of how he acted in this episode. The fact he was able to endure that ghost, he played it cool, he didn't give it away, and then through his panic, everyone else got the clue. They got out of her apartment, which was inherited from the brother. I guess I should have put that together. But I am very proud of how Kitaro acted, and it's very interesting that he was able to see the memories of one of the victim ghosts. So does he have to touch some ghosts, or is there some element at play? Maybe they have to mean no harm to share memories, or was it their attempt at willingly sharing the memories? Is his ability evolving? I don't know. That remains to be seen. Will we expand more upon his ability? Will we go back to the summer of ninth grade during the test of courage and see the evil spirit that cursed Eiko and Kitaro? I do want to see it happen, but I also want to spend more time with a god and see the graduates and, build the bonds of our team. So, what did y'all think of my reaction, my commentary, the episode itself? What do you think of God? What do you think of the brainstem goes? What do you think of horror in general? I would love to know your thoughts down below. And when you're done leaving a comment, make sure you like, subscribe, hit that bell to be notified when I upload next. Please, please, please engage with this video. Share it around and show it love if you care about my journey through Dark Gathering or Dark Gathering as a whole, or even me as a content creator. It truly will make a difference, considering I am watching this well after it aired. And this goes for both Patreon and YouTube. Let other Dark Gathering fans know. Now, with that said, if you want the unedited version of this reaction, it'll be over on my Patreon, which is linked down below, amidst my social media platforms. Follow me on them, help me grow my community. Every bit of support truly does make a difference. This has been AlduicS. Thank you all so much for watching. I will see you all in Season 1, Episode 10 of Dark Gathering. Peace.